I have BPD, so it's just like...
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's borderline personality disorder. So it's like EUPD, it's like emotionally unstable personality disorder. So it's like it actually stems from like childhood trauma.
I've never known what. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's basically it starts from it comes from like childhood trauma, like what you've been through. So it's like when I get in a relationship, I'm very, very impulsive. Like I either like it's too much. So like that's why like I kind of like can't get in the relationship, because if I start speaking to someone, I get too much.
You get bored too easily or something?
No. I get too attached. Yeah, like really bad.
So
and like
okay, so you have an
abandonment issue. I got daddy issues.
At least she's honest. Men are becoming more masculine, men are becoming more feminine.
If you live in a dysfunctional upbringing, or I mean dysfunctional, not both parents are there, or maybe your parents are remarried, and
you're gonna work harder.
There's some nuances where it's not the norm.
Let me hear what you said. You said what? You said you think so?
If you grow up in like a difficult environment, like as you get older, you're gonna have that masculinity, like you're gonna want more for yourself. You're gonna behave more, like you see, like you're gonna want a lot more than how like you would live if you lived like a normal person, if that makes sense. Because like I don't live with my mom or my dad, I live by myself, so it's like I want more for myself, if that makes sense. Like
but does that make you more masculine?
Yeah, kind of, because that's in a sense, because it's like growing up I didn't really live with my mom or my dad, so it's like I never had that like line based like growing up in a normal family, if that makes sense.
Do you think that you became more masculine then?
Yeah, because it's like I had a barrier up, and it's like I wanted more for myself. Like growing up, it's like I knew what I wanted. If that makes sense. Like
how did that feed into relationships then? Did that hurt you or harm you? Did that help you? Sorry,
it's
or harm
kind of weird because like I have BPD, so it's just like
I don't know what that is.
It's borderline personality disorder.
Crazy.
So it's like EUPD, it's like emotionally unstable personality disorder. So it's like it actually stems from like childhood trauma.
I've never known what. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's basically it starts from it comes from like childhood trauma, like what you've been through. So it's like when I get in a relationship, I'm very, very impulsive. Like I either like it's too much. So like that's why like I kind of like can't get in the relationship, because if I start speaking to someone, I get too much.
You get bored too easily or something?
No. I get too attached. Yeah, like really bad.
So
and like
okay, so you have an abandonment
issue. I got daddy issues.
At least she's honest.
That's the good honest, because I grew up,
it's a realness. It's a realness.
Like I didn't know my dad. Like I had my stepdad growing up. I'm grateful for. Like I call my stepdad dad and everything, but like I already knew that it wasn't that wasn't my real dad, if that made sense. So like I met my real dad when I was like 8, 9, and then again he ran away. Like I didn't see my dad till I was like 13. So like I always felt like I wasn't. Even though my stepdad treated me like his own, I never felt like that was...
You always want to know your
like dad. I believe that like he didn't... It's really hard, but that's why like when I get into relationships and stuff like that, I get really, really impulsive.
This is where your car gets keyed, you get a bunny in the pot, your tires get slashed, and you wind up in jail.
Like I just... Yeah. It's really bad.
I'm the opposite. I get very dissociative.
Do you think? Do you think that men and women?
If someone's too on me, I'll push away.
All right. Do you think that men are becoming more feminine then?
Yes. Yes.
Listen. No, hang on. Wait.
Yes.
You've got to explain now, Nina. Why did you say yes?
Yes.
Go on.
Well, I said it. I told you a little bit earlier about like
the men having sassiness. Yes,
the sassiness, but I've not even in a bad way. I feel like we're coming to a time where people are becoming more comfortable with themselves, and if a man is a bit more sensitive, or maybe even has like female tendencies, and I'm not talking about queer in general, just having female, like they're being more open with that. Like fashion style, men are painting their nails, they're wearing dangling earrings. They are doing their nails.
I wouldn't be with someone that paints their nails, and I'm not to say like no judgment
No,
or
no.
nothing.
Yeah,
but
and I would just need
like
to say
not for me personally.
No, but
like,
no,
each to their own.
That's
But I'll be your
preference.
friend.
You should have your preference.
Yeah, they're
that's your
painting their
personal
nails.
standard as well.
I'm your
They're
friend.
wearing, wearing crop tops and that.
If a man paints his
all going mad,
nails-
my guy.
For me, it's a red card, not even a flag.
If
It's a
a
red
man
card.
paints his nails, yeah.
It's fashion, no? Isn't
No.
I don't think it's
no.
fashion.
No,
though,
but I agree with you,
personally.
Nelly, because you know what? I said something.
Well-
I said I was too stiff, maybe too masculine.
Nah.
When I was
sorry.
a bit younger, when I went to uni, I said to myself, "Bro, I'm shit. My blessing. Maybe this is the first time I'm in an environment where I'm away from just the black community."
What did you start
Yeah.
doing in uni?
No, nothing. I wasn't doing nothing uni. I was just
It's very diverse.
talking. I was just talking about how I felt more. Before I never talk about how I felt, I always talk about what I
Okay.
thought, what I know, what I don't know.
Okay.
You never hear me talk about how I feel.
Right.
I will never take a moment to myself to feel the emotions. Like if even I get upset, no, I'm not saying I'll just ball out. No, not even that. But at the same time, I'm saying to myself, I'm becoming more of a well-rounded person. I have to accept how I feel when I feel it, and it's okay. It's what I act upon. So for me, it was more of a discovery of, okay, all right, I'm stiff. All right, I can vibe, but then people always say you only open yourself up when you're in the dance floor. You don't really do anything when you're in your halls. You're just quiet and that. Just quiet.
So then, if I said,
So it's again, but
if men are becoming if men are becoming more feminine, women becoming more masculine, how does that look for the future of relationships between men and
You have
women?
to balance out. That's it. I think men should understand there that when we say feminine, certain things are inherently feminine. People don't realize if you're a creative person, if you draw, if you write music, that aspect and mentality is a feminine trait, but people don't associate that as a feminine trait.
All right, so are men
So more men into the arts.
yeah, but are men more
men into
emotional
fashion.
though? Are they more emotional?
Expressive, yeah.
Like expressive emotional?
Yes.
No? You
I
say
don't know
hang on.
about in your experience.
They express their emotions.
Yeah, are men expressing their emotions more?
Anger's
Like
emotion.
now?
Are they crying more,
No,
for instance?
I mean, I see one boy cry.
Okay. I see
I
what
suppose
you
it
mean.
depends on what kind
Yeah,
of
like,
men you go for.
What
but-
emotion are men expressing more of?
I
than
feel
they-
like, but when it's nice to see that men actually express their emotions more,
Yeah, I think
only
it's important.
because,
It's human.
like, I was speaking with to my friend the other day, like, because you're a man, like, you're not allowed to show your emotions. Like, you have to just literally get up and get on with your life. Do you know what I mean? You're not allowed to grieve, and you're not allowed to like go through your emotions, which isn't fair because, like, as a woman, like, you're allowed to. Because
But when men cry,
you're a woman.
But when men cry, women get turned off.
No, I
Why
don't
do
think
you have to
I would
cry?
never ever say.
Why do you need to cry? Why do you need to cry? Why? No, but it's true. But that's the masculine trait coming in. It's the masculine trait.
No, I feel like if a man
you
was
know,
to call me,
I
and
think
cry-
it's okay to
Yeah,
cry. I think
yeah.
men,
If my
men are
friend
allowed
was
to
to-
cry, but just not every day, man.
No,
Come
but
on.
I get what
no,
you
but to be
mean.
fair,
Like, not
Listen,
every day, man.
I believe,
no.
yeah,